I welcome you, Kirti. How are you?
I'm good, Tasreen, and I'm even more good as I'm with you for the next few minutes.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Okay, I want you to give your introduction, background, and how you were introduced to meditation, or maybe to be specific to art of living.
Okay, so my name is Kirti, and I'm from Kota, Rajasthan. And in my graduation, I did electrical engineering, but I had more inclination in the engineering of the mind. So later on, just after my college, I was so curious कि just this knowledge and information collection is not something which can be fulfilling for my life. So I thought, okay, what next? The first thing that I did after coming back from the college was a meditation program with the Art of Living. So by that time, I was not knowing that it will be a very, fulfilling journey. That time, तो I did it for the sake of trying. कि चलो, let's try something new, है ना? But now, as I am here and I have experienced a lot of transformation in myself and people around me. So I'm an Art of Living faculty also, and currently I am working with one of the firms as an educator.
Amazing. Okay. Okay, I want you to tell more elaborately how joining Art of Living impacted your life positively. We all know the benefits of meditation, right? Even someone who is planning, procrastinating, they all know the benefit that it comes along. But still, people are lazy to even start. So I really want you to elaborately tell us how you were before and how you are now. It's been a long years for you now, but I'm sure
Yes.
you have seen the transformation quite early. So you tell us about that journey and when you realize that you want to continue it for the rest of your life. Because once you are into something like this, there is no coming back or coming out of it, right? So
Yes.
you tell us about that.
Initially, when I did the program, I was not honestly expecting much out of it, but and I didn't even think at that time that I'll continue the practice for such long period. That time I just learned, and just because I had paid, so just to make the full use of money, I thought let's give it a try. Let's continue the practice for some time and let's see what it does. And then I started practicing the technique. At that time, I was not very much aware of the so-called. So
Right.
when I went for the program, I was not knowing it is that much beneficial. I did the practice, and by the time I observed, I had a minor asthma, and just by practicing Sudarshan Kriya, it was completely gone. I was free from medicines. I could eat anything. My immunity, sorry, my immunity. Hope I'm audible again, Tasreen.
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Yes. So my immunity improved a lot. So physical health was the first thing that clicked me. कि, okay, there is some transformation going on. And I really didn't know why, but I started going to Art of Living programs. I started doing more of programs and attending regular follow-ups and satsangs. By that time, I was not knowing what transformation it is bringing intellectually, but I was much more happier. And after a year or so, I realized that my anger is much reduced now, and I'm very comfortable in interacting with people, and very happy being in my own company. And I was much more confident without any reason. And my equation with myself and people around me changed a lot. So
Right.
these were the few observations.
Okay. As you said, your asthma got cured. So, how long did it take you for that transformation to happen? In a year, or if it is in months?
Matlab, in months only, but I was able to observe it in a year. Matlab, we don't expect
Right.
this much result from just breathing and meditation, no? So I was not knowing it has such scientific and physical health benefits. So
Mhm.
I thought, okay, ठीक let's do it for the sake of doing. And after few months and a year, I realized, okay, so my health is improving. Otherwise, immunity was very less at that time, and because of my asthma, I had to go to the doctor every other day. Matlab, medicine was inseparable part of my daily routine.
So good to hear. And yesterday only I got to know that there are so many programs for Art of Living, right? So, is there any particular course that people can do for um, what you said you cured, or it is the happiness program as a beginner, what you did, or any specific program you joined?
Actually, in Art of Living, there is a basic entry level program that is happiness course in general. It is also
Mhm.
known as happiness for youth. Yes, plus.
Mm,
Uh, matlab the
yes,
format of the program changes according to the uh, group of people for which it is being provided.
right,
But the core technique, because of which Art of Living has reached more than 180 countries across the world and has benefited so many people beyond language, beyond religion, uh, the technique is Sudarshan Kriya. So, Sudarshan Kriya is basically a rhythmic breathing technique, which is responsible for bringing physical, emotional, mental, spiritual transformation in all of
right.
us.
Yeah, I got the opportunity to do right after lockdown. Not even
Yes.
lockdown because it was still there. I remember in 2020 December, I was first introduced to Art of Living, and that time only I got the chance to meet you. Not in
Yeah.
person, yeah. Yes, I know the benefit. Okay, okay, tell me, let's talk about today's topic, right? How meditation can help in clarity in today's life. So let's hear from the expert.
Not an expert actually, but see, we are very much involved in people around us, है ना? तो physically, तो of course there are people around us, and now at days virtually also. I
Right,
mean, social media पे भी our presence matters a lot. So we live life sometimes to impress and
correct.
less of the time to express. So this is the big change that meditation can bring in you, because in in pursuit of impressing people, we sometimes make decisions that we regret later on, or maybe we are not that much happy from inside, and we are just pretending that our lives are very fulfilling.
Right.
So when you go to your bed, you are with your own self, and the reality hits hard because it's very easy to. Kush wants us to speak in Hindi also.
Yeah,
Okay, Kush?
but we can mix it up. We can speak in English.
Yes, yes. तो ना बहुत ऐसा होता है कि we are very much in pursuit of impressing people. This is something that I was sharing. तो वो नहीं हो. We are here to express. So let's do what we really want to do instead of doing what people would love us to do. And
Right.
I think we all are struggling with this. There are so many people who are having so many followers on social media, but in reality, when they go to bed, maybe they are not in that calm and peace and confident state of
Correct.
mind.
And even we get news about committing suicide by big influencers.
Recently,
So that
yes,
is
yes,
really alarming, right? And I was reading the other day that says it is something like that. Do not compare your imperfectly perfect life that you are breathing, you are living to someone else controlled online content. That is something beautiful, right? We do that all the time, and now we are wired like that. That okay, unknowingly we get into comparison. So
Uh,
that is something. Yeah, yeah. Please proceed. I cut you off.
Very true it is. Matlab, when I did the program before that also, I had good relationships. It is not that I was unconfident or not loving myself, but still, matlab, the clarity and confidence that I attained after practicing the technique, it is magical, I would say. क्योंकि जैसे होता है ना कि our equation with ourself is everything that defines our life, है ना?
Right.
तो outer world में it is very easy to represent yourself as सब अच्छा चल रहा है ना? तो वो जो yes we'll talk about work life balance also कुछ तो ना बाहर की दुनिया में it is very easy. We all know how to represent ourselves. We all go to gatherings and we portray ourselves as happy, successful people. है ना? This we all
Mhm.
know. But to be happy from the inside and to actually have that, fulfilling feeling with yourself is a whole different equation. And this is something we all are struggling. मतलब, if you see, we find a good job for being happy. We find a good life partner for being happy. We find a good house, good gadgets, and everything to be happy. But what if that happiness can be defined without being dependent on the outer things?
Correct.
I think it's the empowerment that everybody needs. Every soul on this planet deserves this empowerment.
Right. Okay. Okay, and tell us about, as you are a faculty at Art of Living, so tell us about Art of Living to the people who do not know maybe. But I think many of them already know about this program. But I want you to just tell us briefly about Art of Living and Gurudev and just briefly about the program and how someone can approach as a beginner, what steps they need to take to join, maybe as a New Year
Yes,
resolution. Already 5 days gone, but yeah,
why
still
not?
people can join. Right.
Never too late to start your meditation journey. So initially, when I joined, honestly, I hadn't listened much of Art of Living, but after joining, I got to know that Gurudev's only mission is to see smile on every face, like to make people stress free, violence free. So this is the mission, or this technique has brought so much transformation, so much solace and peace to so many people belonging to the different groups. Like people in college do this, universities like Oxford, Stanford, Yale University has done so much research on Sudarshan Kriya. So the youth is adopting, the scientists are adopting, ha, or of course for normal people like you and me to have the balance of the outer and inner world. And even the welcome troops program is there for the militants who serve the countries, and when they come back with a lot of trauma. So this technique
Right.
helped them also. And prison programs also takes place. So for prisoners also, like you cannot transform a person putting him into a jail. So the first thing that clicked me in my first program was that somebody is taking care of the prisoners also. Like they are also carrying such trauma and negativity. So putting them into a room won't change anything.
Right.
So there are prisoners program and there are rural programs for rural people of different age groups, and corporate programs are there, government employee programs are there. So I think now Art of Living is there around the world serving every kind of group. And when we see around transformation, it inspires us a lot. क्योंकि happiness from within is something which is supreme. Like your independent happiness is the most
right.
empowering thing.
So
So art of
there is
living
something
is
for
more than
every growth, right?
yes.
So there is something for everyone. That doesn't matter which place you are from, or even you are, as you said, prisoners, right? I
हाँ
remember when I
actually
watched that video of, I think, some tribal community, they were terrorists before, then they put down the gun. So I got goosebumps watching that video. I mean, that is not something easy to do, right? Someone who has gone in that path and then again come back to live a normal life. So that is really empowering, right?
very empowering. मतलब
Right,
the ones who were in jail as prisoners, they are serving the society, and they are also making people do the programs and bringing transformation in their areas. So
right,
this is something we all are here for. Our मतलब the stress is the only thing जो हमें suppress करके रखता है, to not be in the state of bliss all the time. So if we have a
correct.
technique which can empower us to deal with the stress, nothing like that.
Okay, amazing. Okay, and you tell me to see some noticeable improvement, someone starting, how much time daily they need to invest in this Kriya, Sudarshan Kriya. Because nowadays everyone is busy, we are living this chaotic life. So poor time management, not even
Yes.
poor also, people usually cannot take out time, right? So how much time someone need to invest if someone wants to do it, start doing it?
Generally, we have this idea that if we start meditating, then we'll have to, take a break from our normal life. But it is not so, I tell you. We just have to
Right,
invest a time of 2 hours for 4 or 5 days to learn the technique, to do the workshop and learn the technique, and then we can continue with the practice. It takes only 25-30 minutes to do the practice daily. And for people who haven't started meditating yet, it may sound, oh, 25-30 minutes, how will I manage? But when
right,
you practice it for some days and you see that how well you are being able to perform in your rest of the day, your rest of the life, how your relationships are improving, how your efficiency has enhanced, how your decision making, clarity, confidence, they all are being, taken care of, then that investment of 25-30 minutes seems nothing. Because
right,
of course when the transformation is there, matlab the things that you will do in 4 hours you'll be easily able to do in 1.5 hours if you are totally present and enthusiastic and energetic. So
right.
when you see the transformation, it becomes a cakewalk to continue
Easy.
with the practice. Yes.
I think that is the misconception, right? Or is there any other misconception maybe when you conduct
There are
session?
a lot of misconceptions. मतलब people feel that you'll have to disconnect with your relations, है ना? And
हाँ,
you will
क्योंकि
not be that much interactive in the social circles.
right,
But I
because
tell
that's
you,
how
it
we
is
used to
ulta.
perceive the right. Because we have that preconceived notion that okay, Rishi Muni will be like that, they go away from their normal life. So people have that notion that once you go deeper into
You
meditation,
have,
you will be living this normal life. Right. Okay. And any other thing
मतलब
that you
all
get
this
to hear from your students?
I also listened to all this when I started with the practice and started doing programs. So everybody around, like friends, family, they used to be like, ना कि normal रहना, don't cut off too much, है ना? और have लोगों को ये भी लगता है, will you marry or not?
Right.
हमारे है ना? तो ये लगता है कि you'll be cut off from the world in a way. But I tell you, meditation empowers you. to be in the world with much
Right.
more giving and contributing vibe. क्योंकि earlier
Mhm.
तो we go to the world, to expect only. But when you
Right.
meditate, you feel so empowered that you are able to contribute in your relationships and people around, and they love your presence. They want to be with you. You have such deep and loving relationships. Like there's no filter of being two. Like uh, you become free from the opinions of people, and so you are able to be yourself wherever you go. And that's what we all love. Like if you will pretend to be somebody else in front of me, maybe I will feel heavy in have continuing the communication with you for next few minutes. But if you are real, if you are genuine, and you are not complaining, not judging, and you are not stressed, so I would love to be in your company for more of the time.
Totally agree. Yes. Yeah.
I
Yes.
think this is
Once you
the change.
remove, yeah,
Yes, yes.
once you remove the complaining part, I have experienced that because naturally we are born with something that we used to think about negativity, negative event, or negativity in people, right? And we complain all the time. And it's not a fault of human. Also, our brain is wired like that until and unless you train yourself to think positively. So that's what I learned from joining meditation and practicing mindfulness overall, that it completely changes you. And people may not notice you because it is very internal when you start, but after some point of time, everyone can appreciate that something has changed, right? And you can no longer be with some people like that, that is very complaining, or I personally feel that
Huh,
that is very energy draining.
this is very interesting. Like
Right.
you are able to choose people who you want to be around. Your intuition becomes so strong that you are able to recognize people through vibes rather than
Yes.
words. Otherwise, people may come and portray themselves as being nice to you. So this is also
Mhm.
one of the intelligence that meditation brings in. You are
Yes,
able to catch up the vibe
totally.
and intuitively decide whether the person is good for you or not.
Totally agree. Even before starting a conversation, you can get that okay, are you
That's
going
the
to
one.
talk to this person or no? Yeah, I can experience
मतलब
that.
when I did my program, and this much transformation came up, I was able to go to people with less of complaining mode, and I was more of accepting, and this intuitively knowing the vibe. तो I
Right.
thought कि ये तो program I would have learned in my childhood only. तो मैं कितने सारे fake friendships और फेक रिलेशनशिप्स और अपने आप के साथ भी और पीपल अराउंड ऑल्सो
Right.
कितना आई वुड हैव बीन एबल टू प्रोटेक्ट माई सेल्फ. तो there are many
Totally agree.
decisions that you
Yes.
can make wisely when you are practicing meditation.
Yeah. And you naturally come out of those paths. And I think this is the only addiction, not only meditation or other mindfulness program also, if you talk, this is the only addiction that people should not come out of it. You can be in this addiction for the rest of your life.
Actually, matlab people go for the highs, like all the intoxications, है ना, and they
Right,
harm their body and mind in a long run.
right,
But meditation is something which can give you a physical health, improvisation, mental, emotional, spiritually, it can all keep you elevated. So
right.
this is a high which nobody would like to come out of.
Yes,
You
correct.
would, and your smile is infectious. Your enthusiasm, easily people are able to catch
True.
the vibe, no? And one
Yeah.
more thing that you were saying, कि when we do meditation, तो ऐसा होता है कि you are not dependent on people's opinion, है ना? तो और they keep on changing, like you cannot please everybody, है ना?
Right.
But it is important to take the right decisions. Maybe at times you are also not willing to practice because ऐसा लगता है ना कि अरे कौन आधे घंटे बैठ के, but when you see the transformation initially you have to make it a practice. But mental hygiene nowadays is as important as anything. Like you brush your teeth daily to keep your dental hygiene maintained. Why not mental
Hmm.
hygiene? Uh, so along
Correct.
with
Yeah.
all the kinds of pollutions, we are creating mental pollution also. Being in the vibe of stress, being in the vibe of non-acceptance. So it's a good idea to
That's
keep
the
your mental hygiene also
right.
maintained.
Yeah, it's a very good word, like mental hygiene.
It's a hygiene, like honestly, we don't go out from our houses without brushing the teeth and without having bath. So why
Hmm.
to go
Right.
anywhere without meditating because you haven't cleared the garbage that you are carrying.
Correct.
This is
And I think
this is
after
very
Corona, people are getting more aware, right? Maybe before less people were doing meditation. Now, because of this, everything this related to oxygen breathing, people have learned it that how important your breathing is. So I think more and more people join Art of Living. What do you say? Because you have been with
ah,
this program for eight
yes,
years, right?
yes. This is true. Now people are coming and they are reaching out, to observing the transformation that they have seen in me and in people doing the practices. They come and reach out खुद से कि we also want to experience this. We also want to learn the technique. And it is magical, the same when our emotions are very much connected to our breath. Like when
Right.
you'll be angry, your breath will be very fast.
Hmm.
When you'll
Right.
be sad, it will be so slow that you will not even, you will feel very heavy in breathing. है ना?
Hmm.
So you cannot be angry in slow breaths. है ना? So every human being is breathing, and breath has so much connection with the emotions, and we cannot go directly and change the emotions. Like I cannot tell myself not to be in stress, not to be in stress, not to take tension, not to be anxious. If I keep on saying this, I'll be even more uh, anxious and stressed. So
Right.
it is very difficult to handle the mind on the level of mind. So breath is the tool through which our emotions get transformed. And when we practice Sudarshan Kriya, basically we work on our breath for 25-30 minutes, and that brings a transformation in the quality of emotions that we carry for the whole of the day. So you don't
Right.
have to keep on breathing for the whole day consciously, but yes, when you do it consciously for 25-30 minutes, it brings the transformation for the rest of the day. This is
Right.
magical.
Right. I remember one joke. Let me share. I don't know whether you have heard it or not. मतलब क्या होता है, एक आदमी डॉक्टर के पास जाता है तो डॉक्टर को बोलता है कि उसको सांस लेने में तकलीफ हो रही है। तो डॉक्टर ने उसे पूछा कि आप कितने बजे उठते हो? तो वो बोला कि मैं 8 साढ़े 8 बजे उठ जाता हूँ। तो डॉक्टर ने बोला हाँ वही तो, क्योंकि सुबह सुबह रामदेव की बच्चे लोग सारा ऑक्सीजन खत्म कर देते हैं। तो वो ऐसे,
हाँ,
मतलब आपको सुबह जल्दी उठ के अपना ब्रीदिंग योगा जो भी आपको करना चाहिए।
yes,
तो वो एक
बिल्कुल करना चाहिए. And
हाँ,
in earlier days, it used to be a luxury to be able to learn meditation. It was not accessible to everyone. मतलब जो राजयोग बोलते थे उसको, कि यू हैव टू बी इन अ फैमिली जहाँ पे गुरु परंपरा हो, जहाँ जाके आपको मेडिटेशन सिखाएं. नॉट एवरीबडी had this privilege of learning meditation and practicing it. But today, we are so fortunate that it is so much easy to learn meditation and start your journey. And I
and now
personally feel it is
even
the
more
real
easier.
wealth. Yes.
Right. And after COVID, when everything is going online, it is even more easy. You do not need to go to an ashram or some center. You can do that right from your comfort of your home. Okay.
Yes. Art of
As
Living
we are
also
approaching,
started online programs in COVID only. Otherwise, there used to
yes.
be programs which were offline only, but now both the
Mm,
modes are available. And
correct.
I tell you, you cannot tell how aloo ka paratha tastes until unless you don't eat it. So I would say
Sorry?
कि you cannot, uh, you cannot know how aloo ka paratha tastes without eating it.
Right.
So you cannot know what transformation meditation can bring until unless you don't practice it for a few time, days.
Mm,
So it's a good idea to
right.
give it a try, you know. So,
Totally.
मतलब
I
I
will
was also
add
very
how.
skeptical. Mhm.
Okay, no, I'm saying that with this video link, I will add how people can connect to you or to Art of Living so that if anyone is planning to start, because this podcast is the baby channel with just 100 people. So even if these five people they get inspired and join any meditation program, I will think this episode is a success. At least even five
Yes,
people can go. That is the purpose
absolutely.
of talking. Right.
Wow. Such thoughtful, thoughtful idea you have. But matlab, this is something you are saying five people are enough. I'm saying one life is enough. If you can take care of your own mind, your own health, even one life is enough to,
Yes,
if our effort reaches to the transformation, then nothing like that.
well said. Okay,
I'm
as we
all
are approaching the
available.
end of the session. Yeah, yeah, please continue.
Matlab, I am all available to, guide anybody to, start and enroll for the program. But I would say everyone should try this because that honestly, none of my family members earlier used to practice meditation. When I entered into Art of Living, I was also very skeptical what this organization is all about and how could a technique be so much transforming. And I was also very curious, and throughout this journey, I have seen a lot of transformation in my life, in my family members' life, and in a lot of people around. So now I am very confident and sure that this technique is super magic, and I would really encourage everyone to start their journey with the technique.
Yes, true. Okay, okay, one last thought that you want our audience to remember about meditation and clarity. What would be that one advice that you would like to give?
One advice. Mm, See, बचपन से we are trained in a way कि we have to achieve this, we have to achieve that, and then we'll be happy. So this when and then condition of being happy, ये जो wiring हो गई है, I think this is something which stops us from being happy every moment. So we can live life in two ways. We can either live life to be happy one day, someday, or we can be happy and then continue accomplishing our goals. There is nothing wrong in having goals and accomplishing them. But this condition of not being happy until unless the goal is achieved, I think this is the thing which stops us until unless I don't get a good life partner, until unless I don't get my dream job. This until unless I think is the thing which is stopping us. And we ourselves can change that. And one more thing to add, Tasreen, at the level of intellect, we know it all. Matlab where we are going wrong and what behaviorally or mentally or emotionally we should change to be stress free and happy. But intellectually knowing it doesn't mean that you will be able to be what you want to be. But I assure you, when you practice this technique, automatically that wisdom dawns in you. This is the basic difference that
Right.
knowledge and wisdom has. Maybe at the level of information or intellectually, you know it all, but that knowing won't do. So becoming will do. So being free from the people's opinion and not seeing intentions behind other people's mistake, having more fulfilling relationships, accepting people, all this gets dawned in form of wisdom in you when you practice it. And physical health benefits, so there are so many. You can Google it. Matlab, this session would obviously be short to describe all of it in words. But
Right.
I assure you that your equation with yourself is the thing which will fulfill and take care of everything else.
Right. So delaying happiness is not what Art of Living says, right? You need to be happy and fulfilling once you start your journey with this. That's what I learned from you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, with this, let us conclude the session. Thank you, Kirti, once again for coming and sharing your journey. I was so excited to talk to you, and I'm sure we did a good conversation regarding meditation, mindfulness, and I hope people, more and more people, will join this beautiful journey and start their transformation. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much, Tasreen, for inviting me. Such good initiative you are taking, informing people about different genres. And it is my privilege to be here with you. And let's keep on connecting.
Sure. Okay, with this, I will end the session. Thank you so much. And thank you to all
Okay.
the audience who joined us live and who will be watching the video later. Thank you so much.
Most
Bye bye.
importantly,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.